Hi, friends. This is your pal Scott Garibay, and today we are going to talk about American politics and something pretty profound that Rahm Emanuel said. So, Rahm Emanuel, I'm going to tell you what I remember about him. You can tell me in the comments if any of this is wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is right. So, he was chief of staff for Obama, and then when he got and that job, they explained that job like you're in for 18 to 20 more 4 months. That's it. Like the job is so brutal, it's extremely difficult to survive long in it. So he was in it for 19 months, and then he became the mayor of Chicago, which is a ridiculously difficult job. Um, but he was on Bill Maher, and he said something pretty profound. He was a really interesting guy. I remember learning about him, but I had never really seen him talk or give speeches. And one of the reasons why is he's like a get it done guy. And these people are very interesting. He was extremely pushy. I remember there was another guest on with him, and I don't remember that guy's name. Like he talked over him constantly, and really just kind of like he was a very interesting guy. But he said something pretty profound, and they were talking. So Bill Maher and this other guest and Rahm Emanuel are talking about what's going on in the country today. And they came up on the Democrats. And Rahm Emanuel was like, it's not about the rules, it's about the results. And I was like, that's it, man. Like, once he said that, I was like, that's why, the Democrats got destroyed in the 2025 election and lost literally every control of government. They lost the House, they lost the Senate, and they lost the presidency. Like, America completely rejected the Democrats, right? And the reason why was that all they had was rules, right? Like you can't say this. There's these definitions for these different terms. They've existed for 6 millennia, but you're not even allowed to talk about. You're not even allowed to talk about this other. You're not allowed to use even the terms that that have been accepted for 6 millennia. Now everything, even though none of it is even remotely connected to science, like it was profound. It was, and they had all. And what did they do with these rules? They just shamed and scolded, right? And America was like, that's enough, man. And the rules were all they had. There were no results, right? Like Biden didn't do anything. In fact, not only did he not do anything, he put us in a 4-year place where literally the president was just forgetting and sleeping, right? And nothing was being done. Now, what's really ironic is nothing's getting done, right? But, and that's what conservatives are supposed to do. Conservatives are supposed to conserve, keep things the same, right? Under Biden, nothing changed. And here's the kicker. Under Biden, we actually grew into a belief that nothing could change. And very much the Democrats were doing this where they were like, well, nothing could change. We were stuck in this situation because of these different factors, and just nothing can be done. And then they were saying that, the rest of the world, you guys need to measure us on our intent, not on what we produce. That's wrong. That is wrong. Rahm Emanuel was right. It's about the results. It's not about the rules that you create, right? And the Democrats were like just horrible. Like they had these rules, and not only were they taking out conservatives left and right, they were even canceling their own, right? If you got even one thing wrong, you were canceled, and it shut down speech, and it shut down activities and behavior. That it was a bunch of rules, and they had good intent, but they had no results. And I think, and it blew me away that Rahm Emanuel just explained this effortlessly, right? And once you hear it, you're like, yeah, they thought it was about the rules rather than the result. They thought they should be measured with intent. And then super ironically, the Democrat president created a world where nothing could change. Nothing could change. Russia just attacked Ukraine. They're murdering hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians. And nothing can change. We can't bring them to the peace table. We can't end the war. We can't do anything, right? And it was ironic that under Democrats, nothing were changing. Now we're under Republicans. They're supposed to conserve. They're supposed to conserve the traditions and keep things from changing. But it's the exact opposite. It's the exact opposite, right? Things are changing so fast, the media can't even talk about it as fast as it's happening. That's astonishing. And that all comes from Steve Bannon's Flood the Zone, which will change politics forever. Forever, right? Because there'll never be a point again where people are like, oh, I'm comfortable with nothing happening. Going forward, if nothing's happening, well, they can go, well, look at Donald Trump. He made stuff happen all the time. And the thing that's ironic about that is constant change, right? Coming from Republicans. It's an complete inversion of what you think, of what you expect. It's incredible. It is absolutely incredible. We really live in this incredibly shocking period, right? So every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. The important part is when I can hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider like subscribing and have a fetch millennium.